Hey y'all, out at the cruising at the European Auto Garage, and there is a ton of cars out here and a lot of nice cars. But one of the cars that, an iconic car that's out here is a Ferrari Testarossa, and I had to chase the guy down that owned it, and he's going to tell us a little bit about it. But I think y'all enjoy this. You used to see them every now and then, but you just don't see them much anymore. And like I said, they're just the iconic Ferrari. So let me run Ron down, and we'll take a look at this one. Ron, how are you, brother?
Okay, how are you?
Not too bad. Tell me a little bit about your hot rod.
Yeah, this is 1986 Testarossa. So this was about the second year or 2.5 years into their model run. As you say, it's one of the most recognizable Ferraris from the television exposure on Miami Vice to
that's right.
Those, so-called cheese grater side gills. So this is one of the early cars, which you can tell by the single so-called flying mirror out to the side. It was kind of an anomaly in the European safety regulations. I guess they wanted to have one single mirror that you could see all the way behind the car with.
So they put it way out there.
Way out there, way up high. And
so what did they didn't have any mirrors at all before that?
Well, there's no mirror on the right side. So
right.
This is the standard unmolested car. But shortly after that, in 1988, they went to much more conventional dual mirrors. So those cars, it's original. It's got 24,000 miles on it, and it's it's a flat 12. Roughly 5 liter, 4.9 liter. It's got 380, 390 horsepower. So by today's standards, it's still a fun car to drive, but by modern standards, it's
surprising that you're only getting 300 some horse out of a 12-cylinder car.
Right. Its power is not that high. Its brakes are too small and it weighs too much.
Right. But back in the day, it was the creme de la creme. It was everything you could get in a car that handled well.
I think that's correct. In the mid '80s, it had the distinction, I think, of being the fastest road car that you could buy at a top speed of something more than 180 miles an hour. So,
how long have you had the car?
Yeah, I've had it since 1999, so 13, 14 years.
Wow.
13 years. And,
is this the first Ferrari you've had?
No, I had a 308 for a number of years, had a lot of fun with it.
Right.
But this is a really nice car to get in and cruise around in.
It gets a lot of attention, I would think.
It's comfortable. It's pretty easy to drive, so not too much noise. Actually, by a lot of people's preference, it's almost too quiet.
Right. Is it a manual or is it an automatic?
Yeah, it's a 5-speed
manual.
I don't think they offered an automatic in the Testarossa.
Probably not. And I just asked a dumb question, but I do that all the time. So, but the engine's in the rear. It's a mid-engine car.
Mid-engine car, and all of the scoops that are most recognizable. It's all very functional because the radiators and the oil coolers are all sitting behind those intakes on the side. The only radiator type device in the front of the car is actually the air conditioner.
And this is a trunk in the front.
Yeah, so there actually is a usable trunk in the front. Has a spare tire buried underneath there.
Well, that's cool. Let's take a walk around it. Can I hear it start?
Oh, sure.
Is that a big problem?
You gotta jump in. Would you trade me the award for it?
I think about selling it.
Man, I've loved this car since I was a little kid. This is definitely my next dream car if I can get up there.
Like I say, you'll be disappointed in the...
Well, yeah, it's just for historical sense, so we might as well listen to hear what it sounds like.
Real loud rasp or bark.
Doesn't have any cams in it or anything, right?
Yeah, it's pretty docile, really.
You warned me, but you're right. you can even talk over it. Can we open the bonnet in the back here? It's got the third brake light in it, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. That was, and actually, if you're really paying close attention, that's how you can tell the difference between an 85 and an 86.
Oh, okay. So an 85 that didn't have that.
Didn't have that.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of motor, though. For only 300 and some horse, man.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's just naturally aspirated.
Right, yeah, no turbo, 380, 390. So,
Huh. Are they as much upkeep as people claim they are?
well, you just have to. What everybody talks about is having to replace the cam belts every so often, and to do that, thank you, sweet. Essentially, the entire subframe and the back end bolts with about 16 bolts, and you drop it out the bottom of the car,
V6
where you basically raise the car off of the engine, and the wheels and the exhaust system and the suspension, everything stays together.
Okay.
So you have this massive back end of the car to.
The whole drivetrain basically falls out from underneath it. And then you have to pull the body away from the motor and then get in and work on it.
Yeah, you just kind of lift the body up on a lift and do the service.
Now, is that an aluminum body, a steel body, or?
You know, it's mostly aluminum. It's in spite of the fact that it weighs, 3,500 pounds, it's mostly an aluminum body. Yeah, it's kind of
Kind of a heavy car, isn't it?
yeah. It's got a
It's
got a big space frame in it and stuff in it. It's
Right. Wow. Does that have air conditioning?
It does have air conditioning. Yeah. It's kind of basically it's two 6-cylinder engines bolted together at the crankshaft. It's got 2 distributors and 2 sets of fuel injectors and 2 coils and
To everything.
mostly 2 of everything running half the engine.
Is that a tuning nightmare?
It's got 2 fuel pumps. Nah, no, it's
Yeah.
electronic fuel injection.
Oh,
You
okay.
you never have to do anything with it.
I got you. Well, cool, brother.
So it's kind of debatable. The Ferrari dealers will tell you, oh, you need to change the cam belts every 2 to 3 years. And it's expensive to do that if you just took it to some place.
What would be the average cost for a job like that? Ballpark.
Yeah, fair cost if you took it to a good place. I don't know. Last time I asked, it was like $5,500.
Oh, wow. What if you took it to a Ferrari dealer? That's not fair cost, I know, but what would they want?
10.
10? Wow. Is it hard to get parts for? No. How many did they make, you know?
Well, they made Testarossas from 85 to 91. I think they made 6,500.
Wow.
It's not what you call a really rare car.
Not as Ferrari's concerned, right? They just build a few hundred of each one or import a few hundred, it seems like.
They made a lot. They made a lot more 348s than that. They made more 360s. They actually probably made more 430s.
Right.
So Ferrari's kept increasing their production again in the last decade. So
Yeah.
so in some circles it's still
A low number Ferrari.
so it's so yeah, mid-engine, 12-cylinder. It's probably it's one of the last affordable mid-engine 12-cylinder cars that Ferrari has made. They just continued to make some front-engine 12-cylinder, and they made cars like the F50 and the Enzo,
Right.
mid-engine 12s. But
Those are not
hardly,
affordable.
those are hardly within reach.
Yeah, those are not affordable. And the Enzo, wasn't the Enzo like on a lease deal? Wasn't one of the Ferraris you didn't actually even buy? They just kind of leased it to you or something? No? Maybe I got it confused with something else that happens.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, don't be afraid to tell me I'm wrong, because I am wrong a lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Well, Ron, let me take a look around it. I appreciate you giving me the information on it.
The other thing worth mentioning is the 85, 86 up through 87 had the single knockoff wheel nut.
So that's a real knockoff.
It is. After in '88, they went to a more conventional 5-lug wheel. So, depending on your taste and preference, the single nut is kind of unusual.
It's cool. No, I'm all about knockoffs now. That's cool. Yeah.
It's all you need is a special socket and a torque wrench about that long, and you're in business.
What does it look like under the trunk here? Is that hard to open?
It's just a.
Oh, it opens that way.
Space.
Hey, that is usable, isn't it? You could really carry something there. Golf clubs, some luggage.
Yeah, you carry small
Stuff.
luggage, most of it.
Is this an intake or is that just a pouch?
That's for the air conditioning, air inside the car.
Okay.
It's the cool air inlet for the car.
Oh, I got you.
Interior.
Cool. Let me look at this interior if you don't mind. Excuse me, brother.
What's you like driving more, the GT2 or this?
They're both. Depends on what you have in mind.
Well, folks, there you go. Ferrari Testarossa. I'd like to ask Ron some more questions, but obviously it's a Ferrari. It's brought a lot of attention, and people don't care to walk right in the middle of your video and start asking questions. So we're going to get out of here on this one. Hope you all have enjoyed it. I'm glad I could bring it to you. Y'all have a good day. See ya.